What if I told you that the biggest thing holding you back from building real wealth as a business owner isn't your sales, your team, or even your tax strategy, but a set of invisible money blocks you probably don't even know you have? Most business owners think the secret to keeping more money is just about finding the right CPA or chasing the right next deduction. But here's the truth. You can have the best tax plan in the world, but if your mindset is working against you, you'll keep sabotaging your own success year after year. Let's get brutally honest for a second. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'm just not good with numbers, or I can't hold on to money, it always disappears? Maybe you felt a pang of guilt when your bank account grows, or you find yourself spending down your cash as soon as it comes in, almost like you're allergic to having money. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, I see this pattern with nearly every successful entrepreneur I work with, especially women. And it's not just a mindset issue, it's a profit issue. It's a tax issue. It's a freedom issue. Here's the part no one tells you. 99.5% of tax laws are written for you, not against you. But if you're subconsciously pushing money away, you'll never get to use those laws to your advantage. You'll keep overpaying, overworking, and wondering why you're not further ahead. Let's break this down. Money blocks are those deep-seated beliefs and emotional patterns that shape how you spend, save, earn, and invest. They're formed by your upbringing, your experiences, and the stories you've absorbed about what's safe or right when it comes to money. Maybe you grew up hearing money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy. Maybe you watched your parents fight about money, or you saw them struggle and internalized the idea that making money has to be hard. Or maybe, as a woman in business, you've been dismissed, talked down to, or made to feel that you don't belong at the financial table. Here's what happens. Those stories become your operating system. They run in the background, quietly dictating your decisions. You might say you want to build wealth, but if you believe deep down that having money will make you a target or that you're not good enough to manage it, you'll unconsciously find ways to get rid of it. Let me give you a real world example. I worked with a client, let's call her Lisa. Lisa was a powerhouse entrepreneur running a multi-six-figure business, but every time her bank account hit a certain number, she suddenly would feel compelled to invest in a new project, hire more staff, or splurge on something she didn't really need. She told herself it was for the business, but the truth was, holding on to money made her anxious. She'd grown up watching her parents lose everything in a recession, and somewhere along the way, she decided it was safer not to have too much cash on hand. The result, Lisa was always hustling, always stressed, and always wondering why she never seemed to get ahead, no matter how much she earned. Her tax bills felt crushing, and she was convinced she just needed to work harder. But here's the twist. When we started working on her money blocks, recognizing, interrupting, and reframing those old stories, everything changed. She learned to trust herself with money. She stopped sabotaging her own success, and for the first time, she was able to implement the tax strategies we designed for her, because she actually let herself keep the savings. This isn't just about mindset, it's about stewardship. Every dollar you keep is a seed for your freedom. Keeping more isn't greed, it's good stewardship. The wealthy don't play by different rules, they just keep more because they know the rules and they trust themselves to use them. So how do you break free from these money blocks? Here's the process I teach my clients, since the same one I use myself. Step 1, recognize. Start paying attention to your thoughts and feelings around money. When you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good at this, or I don't deserve this, pause, write it down, because awareness is the first step to change. Step 2, interrupt. When those old stories pop up, don't just let them run the show. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is this just an old script I've been handed? Step 3, reframe. Replace the disempowering thought with something more truthful and empowering. Instead of I'm bad with money, try every day I trust myself more and more with money. Instead of if I have too much, I'll lose it, try it's safe for me to receive and keep money with ease. But here's the key. Don't just say the words, feel them. Let them land in your body. Imagine what it would feel like to have ease, confidence, and trust around money. That's where the real shift happens. Now let's talk about how these money blocks show up in your business and your taxes. If you're constantly undercharging, over-delivering, or avoiding financial decisions, that's a money block in action. If you're afraid to look at your numbers, or if you feel guilt about making more than your spouse, that's a money block. If you're leaving tax strategies on the table because you're scared of getting in trouble, that's a money block. And here's the kicker. The IRS isn't your enemy, but it will happily take what you give it. If you're not proactively claiming your deductions, maximizing your retirement contributions, or restructuring your business for tax efficiency, you're not just losing money, you're giving away your freedoms. Let's get practical. Here are 3 of the most common money blocks I see in business owners and how to break them. Block number 1, I'm not good with numbers, so I avoid them. Here's your reframe. I can learn anything I need to know. I don't have to do it all myself. I just need to partner with the right expert. experts. Block number 2. If I make too much, I'll lose it or someone will take it from me. Here's your reframe. It's safe for me to have money. The more I keep, the more I can invest, give, and create security for my family. Block number 3. I don't deserve to be wealthy. Other people need it more. Here's your reframe. Wealth is a tool for good. The more I have, the more impact I can make. If you're ready to break free from those patterns, here's what I want you to do next. Schedule a regular money date with yourself or your partner. Look at your numbers, celebrate your wins, get curious about where your money is going and where it could be working harder for you. Start tracking your money blocks. Every time you notice a limiting belief, write it down and practice the recognize, interrupt, reframe method. Surround yourself with people who support your growth. Join a mastermind, hire a coach, or just find a friend who's committed to building wealth with integrity. Remember, tax strategy isn't just for the wealthy. It's how people become wealthy. The tax code is a roadmap, not a punishment. Every small business owner deserves to save like the big guys, but you can't use the map if you're afraid to look at it. Here's the bottom line. You don't build wealth by making more money. You build it by keeping more of it. And that starts with breaking the money blocks that have been holding you back. Now, if you're ready to take this to the next level, if you want to see how the ultra wealthy turn mindset shifts into massive profit, don't miss my next video. I'm breaking down the 5 profit levers that unlock massive profit. This is where mindset meets strategy and where you'll learn exactly how to engineer profit in your business step by step. You've done the inner work. Now let's put it into action. Click the video on your screen and let's keep building your wealth together. And remember, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So keep more.